Creating an elaborate drag number from start to finish, part 3. Today we are starting work on the second step of creating this drag number. As you all know, the first step was hanging that thing in the window, which is blessedly covered by this here curtain. The second step is another foundational type thing, and it is building a template in Cubase. For those of you who don't know, Cubase is a DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workspace. It is like GarageBand. In fact, I, for years, used the more advanced version of GarageBand, Logic, until I realized that I needed a high-powered computer to handle the ridiculous volume that my projects often take. I bought one, but what I had to buy was a PC, because if I wanted something of a comparable quality and intensity in a Mac, I would have had to take out a loan. And unfortunately for me, Apple has very kindly made Logic Pro exclusive to Macs, which I knew what I was getting myself into, but that is why I am here in Cubase, because I have to start from scratch. What I will be building is an orchestral number, full orchestra, and for something like a full orchestra, you need a template in place because I use it a lot. That's basically what I write music for, orchestra. And to have to load the instruments, every single one of them, and there's a lot of instruments in an orchestra if you don't know. Every time I start a new project would be ridiculous. So template. A Cubasing we shall go. Now this is already something that I have started, another project that I've started already. So here we go, here's what I have so far. We're working on woodwinds, and we have been working on woodwinds for a number of days. The library that we're using is the Hollywood Orchestra library, because East West, which is the carrier of this library, very kindly offers a subscription service which allows you to access tons of digital instruments and samples for a low monthly rate. What we are doing specifically, I have the bassoon pulled up here, solo bassoon. So we're going into the instrument folder. So so there's the bassoon. We've got long sounds, short sounds, a bunch of different sounds that you can make from the bassoon, basically. And what we are doing is loading all of them up into one instrument. And we are doing it like this in order to set up expression maps, which will allow me to, here, let me just demonstrate actually. Like, let's say I record something, some crap like that. And now I will be able to do the following. Let's say I want this note to be long as it is, and these to be short. Let's say that those are the ones that I want to be short, right? So we can go up to articulations now that we have an expression map set up, and pick a short articulation from the list that we've made. And now all these notes will be the default that I played them in, and this selection right here will play staccato, like so. This is a terrible example, but that's the idea. So delete that terrible thing. And now I'm basically just gonna go through and load up all of the woodwind instruments, all of their different articulations for each one, and then set up an expression map so I can apply certain expressions to specific MIDI notes. It is a lot of work, mind-numbing and repetitive, and I will not dare show you all of this. I'll just try to sum it up as best I can and do this as quickly as possible so we can actually start moving on to some real specific like drag number stuff. This is all foundational, but we will get there. And we are calling it for the day. We have added oboe, E-flat clarinet, alto flute, second flute, adjusted the colors a little bit, did some organizational things, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that was a lot. I've been working for about 2 hours. And that is it for today. Guys, see you next time.